Zonke amehlo neendlebe kusePalamende namhlanje njengoba na umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa ayokwethula ikulumo yakhe yobunjalo benarha.
Ha hona ditiro, ha hona kuri ke tlanteng.
Obenyaka kuyakhulunywa mara asiboni ukuthi uphe kwenkulumezo yini enziwako.
Ngefashion show yakho sona la.
Baphefumula ngeendlela ezahlukahlukene kwabantu kunye nemikhakha ngokwahlukana kwayo ngekulumo elindeleko kaMengameli namhlanje.
Treat injuries, rest, ice. Those are the first two that are accessible to most of us to try and make sure that we manage that injury.
Iinhlangano ye-Comrades Marathon ibawe abagijimi bona balatshwe kusesenesikhathi nabalimeleko nakube bafuna ukungenela iphaliswano eli ngaphandle komraro. Kwaba kuhle ukuhlanganiswa zindaba godu ku-DTT ngesiNdebele lotshani. Bayilinde ngabovu ikulumo kaMengameli khulu ngombana abantu balila ngeentshijilo zenarha le. Umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa naye ungaphasi kwegandelelo elikhulu lokuthi kufanele amemezele insombululo zemiraro le msinyana.
Ubujamo bumbe eSewula Afrika pha. Umraro wokutlhayela kwegezi kuyinto ejayelekileko ukusukela kibosomabhizinisi nemakhaya. AmaSewula Afrika akakalindeli ikulumo emnandi kwaphela kodwana alindele amahlelo zokujugulula impilo yawo.
We expect the President's message to center around three broad themes. The first one being the energy plan. Here we expect an honest reflection on what progress has been made regarding this and what South Africans should expect going forward. The second category is the impact of this load shedding, particularly on small businesses as well as households. So here the question is, how is government going to support struggling households and struggling businesses that are the hardest hit by this load shedding?
Ikhosatu ithi kunenge kulindele ekulumeni kaMengameli begodu inethemba lokuthi umengameli uzokubeka inarha le ngaphasi komthetho wehlekelele.
COSATU has high expectations for the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, State of the Nation address on Thursday. Workers have a lot riding on it. The economy is still extremely fragile and emerging from a devastating recession, a global pandemic, a rough total lockdown of the economy, an unemployment rate which at 43% is unsustainable. Whilst they have made some progress last year in 2022 by reducing unemployment by 3%, the economy is still in serious difficulties. The economy is not going to grow and unemployment cannot fall if we have up to 10 hours of load shedding a day. The President, we hope, will announce a state of disaster and that every possible resource and support will be given to Eskom by all organs of state and society to ensure that we can reduce and end load shedding. Equally, similar measures are needed to give to support our passenger and freight rail network, which is under siege from criminal elements and cable theft and vandalism. These are critical to growing our manufacturing, agriculture, mining sectors, and also to making sure workers in the cities can get to work on time. Similar turnaround plans are needed for many of our embattled SOEs, from SABC to Denel to the Post Office to Transnet to Metro Rail and so forth.
Nakakhuluma ku-mining indaba ivekele umengameli uyifake hlangana namahlelo akhamba phambili indaba yomraro wenithuthi kwa-Transnet wathi batsho kufuze kuthuthukiswe indaba yokuthindana kwenithuthi. Ikulumo kaMengameli iyokutjheja ukuthi ingararululwa njani imiraro dosela inarha le emva.
The nation at this point in time is looking for one thing, and that is for a solution of the structural issues that are preventing us from moving forward, of which obviously the electricity issue is front of mind, but it's not just that, it is the whole failure of the total logistical infrastructure, harbors, rail, and the likes. So I think, what I would like to see is not an update in terms of what's been happening this last year. That's almost irrelevant. It is more an urgent guide in terms of we are aware of these issues and this is what we are planning to do ASAP.
Umengameli uRamaphosa ubesolazibawela ubuhlobo bangeqadi bokusisa ukusukela ngo-2018. Kodwa iqiniso ukuthi ibhizinisi nomnotho besolo kubogaboga kwangezelelwa umraro wegezi. Abasisi bazokufuna ukwazi imphumela ephathekako naziza ngehlangothini lemthetho zokusiza ukuthi inarha le ibe ngcono.
What I think investors and ordinary South Africans are really looking for in this year's State of the Nation address is proof of implementation of some of these plans that have already taken hold. And in some regard, we can say that in the corruption field of things, we have seen some charges coming about. There have been court cases on a number of high-ranking individuals. These sorts of ideas coming out of the SONA will generate a higher level of confidence, together with certain timelines around fixing some of the major constraints that faces us as a country.
Zinenkhulu imfiso zamaSewula Afrika phezu kwekulumo kaMengameli yobunjalo benarha yanamhlanje. Kodwa indaba kule kufuze ibekelwe phambili indaba yokuthi kufuze kwenziweni ukuthi abomasipalata benarha le basebenze ngefanelo. Njengomana ukuwa kwabo kutsho ukuwa kwamabhizinisi womphakathi, ukulahleka kwemisebenzi kunye nokubogaboga komnotho nje.
Abaphathi beenkhampani ezikulu ezingaphasi komkhandlu weenkhampani zokudla batlolele umengameli uSiril Ramaphosa incwadi balila ngeendleko eziphezulu zokwenza ibhizinisi eSouth Africa. Iinkhulu lezi ziphakamise ukuthwenyeka ngengaba eziphezulu zokuqindeliswa kwegezi kunye nomthangalosekelo ofakadalalako. Bathi lokhu kungenza bona abathengi babhadele khudlwana nabathengako.
Incwadi nevele engikhulwini zengikampani ezifana neMassmart, iCoca-Cola kunye neTiger Brands bathi bafuna uhulumende athatha amagadango ukurarulula lokho abakuhlathulula njengehlekelele. Hlangana nezinto ezibathwenyako ebaziphakamisileko kukhamba khulu kwegezi esebaphila nako ukuthoma eminyakeni 10 edluleko. Kunye nezenzelo zomphakathi ezingasizihle ezifana namanzi, indlela kunye nesitimela ezithikazisa ukusebenza kwabo. Bathi ama-generator abasebenzisako lokho akukhamba igezi ababetha ngengikhwameni.
The
biggest issue that we have as a country is load shedding. Is deteriorating infrastructure or critical infrastructure such as roads, water, ports, rail, and even like the whole infrastructure in South Africa from municipalities are not even able to maintain these infrastructures. And our members are at a forefront because they deal with consumers, they deal with communities, and they see this infrastructure deteriorating and they're unable to continue their businesses.
Iintolo ezimbalo zidla ngokukhuphuka kwendleko zokusebenza ezibanga ukuqindeliswa kwegezi. Isitolo iPick n Pay esikhupha imininingwane yabo yokusebenza sihlathulula ukuqindeliswa kwegezi njengento ekufuze siphile nayo unomphela.
They've also given an indication of the cost related to load shedding, as did their peers Shoprite as well, and we've seen other retailers do this in updates. So I think it will become stock standard going forward.
Iinkhulu ezifuna amalunga abo bona akhitshwe ekubhadeleni umthelo wembaseli kunye nokulimala endleleni i-Road Accident Fund nakusese nomraro ukuqindeliswa kwegezi.
Umnyango wezefundo sisekelo usazokufinyelela isilinganiso ozibekele sona sokuqeda Iindlwana zokuzithuma zemigodi eenkolweni ezisendaweni ezisemakhaya emfundeni ezifana neLimpopo nePumalanga Kapa. Ijima leli le-Sanitation Appropriate for Education lahlonywa ngumengameli ukulungisa umraro wenkolo ezihlakako ezisemakhaya.
Hlangana nemfundo ezisasebenzisa Iindlwana zokuphumela zemigodi ukubalwa iPumalanga Kapa, iKwaZulu-Natal neLimpopo. Iinhlangano ezitshotshelwe zohulumende bona enza ubungcono emkhakheni wezifundo zikandelela uhulumende bona phakamisa inyawo ukulungisa umraro lo. Kwakumnyaka emihlanu edlulile kumfundo eminyaka emihlanu ubudala uMichael Komane nakaza kwelewe ngemgodini weNdlwana yokuphumela. Kwathi ngemva kwalapho kwafakwa isimangalo ekhotho kwamangalelwa umnyango wezifundo sisekelo. Lokho kwenza bona urage msinya umsebenzi wokuqeda Iindlwana zokuphumela zemigodi. Abafundi eenkolweni eziyi-960 emfundeni ezihlanu nanje basaqalene nesitshijilo sokusebenzisa Iindlwana zemigodi. Leyo ekuyinto ephethe kumbi khulu ababelethi abaningi.
Esikolo ke sa department tshwantse ba dishe ditirelo bathong ore dina ka moka etshwana dikolo ka moka ke Department of Education I kore bana ba aba tshwane dikolo tse dingwe sekolo se le sona ke sekolo a se tshwane dikolo tse dingwe tsa mabapi re nyaka thusho bele ka batswadi ba mo le bana ba mo.
Ababelethi beMuhibu Primary School bagcine sebazitholela Iindlwana zesikhatshana zokuphumela. Nanyana kunjalo abafundi balila ngokuthi izindlu zokuphumela zikamakhamba ngendlwana azizobasiza isikhathi eside. Kuthe bona kube njalo ababelethi bavala isikolo godu. Nomnyaka opheleleko urhulumente uthe wabe imali engaphezulu kwenkulungwane ezintathu zengidi zamaranda ekutshejeni indaba yokusalela emuva komsebenzi. Ngendlela kungakhona kuzokufuneka iminyaka eminye emithathu ukususa iindlwana zokuphumela eenkolweni. Kodwa nabanye ababelana emkhakheni wezifundo abakukholwa konke lokhu. Abanengi bathi ikulumo kaMengameli yobunjalo benarha ngathana ithinta imthangalasisekelo yenkolo. Ihlelo i-Sanitation Appropriate for Education lisethulwa enkolweni pheze ezizinkulungwane 2,800. Obuningi behlelweni lizokuqedelelwa esibelweni semali sika 2023 ukuya ke saka 2024.
Nasisaraga ngeendaba zekulumo kaMengameli yobunjalo benarha nje sinalaba beenhlangano ezizijameleko kanti bona baphefumule nganasi indlela ngabakulindeleko ekulumeni kaMengameli.
Umongameli asazokhuluma intshijilo esihlangabezana nazo besingajabula umongameli angangenelela kakhulu nakithi ama-NGO nama-NPO sithole ihelebheko khulukhulu sithole imakhiwo engakwazi ukuthi ihlogomele abantwana aba. Ngikhuluma nje thina size sikwazi ukwakha ikhaya lethu le sisize i-community community contributor nabazali babantwana banikela ngemali zesondlo zabantwana ukuthi sikwazi ukwakhela abantwana ababe nekhaya labo lapho bazokufunda khona. Ama challenges sihlangabezana nawo noma intshijilo zethu ama-NGO ziyafana khulukhulu umakhiwo namanzi asinawo, so ukuze sibe namanzi thina sasizwa ngumasipala sathola ijojo ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sithelelwe amanzi sikwazi ukuhlambisa abantwana bahlanzeke indawo yethu ikwazi ukuhlanzeka njengoba sihlala nabantwana abakhubazekileko. Ngalokho singajabula khuluma umongameli nathi angasicalelela sithole imakhiwo sithole insetshenziswa ezingahelebha abantwana aba ngoba umnqopho wethu kungukuthi abantwana aba bakwazi ukuba nekusasa. Umnqopho wethu ukuthelela abantwana kungukuthi abantwana bakwazi ukuba nekusasa, bakwazi ukuzijamela, bakwazi ukuzethemba nabo bazibone ukuthi ukukhubazeka akusi ukuthi kuphelile umhlaba kodwa uyakhona ukuthi uzenzele ube nekusasa lakho nawe. Maye besingajabula kakhulu ukuthi nathi sibonelele sima NPO.
Wonke amehlo asemakhiweni wePalamende benarha eKapa lapho kuvulwa khona iPalamende namhlanje. Umengameli uSirara Ramaphosa kulindeleke bona abe nekulumo ebudisi khulukhulu nonyaka nje. Khulukhulu njengomana iSouth Africa iqalene neentshijilo eziningi ekubalwa hlangana nazo ukuqindelisa kwegezi, ukuhlogeka kwemisebenzi nokufadalala komnotho. Ababika indaba be-SABC baphelele khona ePalamende ukuyozithatha ngobunjalo bazo zonke iindaba ezabe zenzeka khona namhlanje ebusuku. Njenganje sithindana nabunqopha nombika indaba wethu ePalamende uLulama Matya ukuthi asazise ukuthi ajame njani amahlelo wanamhlanje ebusuku. Lulama siyakwamukela endabeni zesiNdebele, ungakhe usihlathulele bona ajame njani amahlelo wokwethula kwekulumo kaMengameli uRamaphosa.
Manbulele Cedric, umingomumo apha ePalamende kuba ke sizawuthi kusePalamende apha kuba le ndawo ibizwa njengokuba sisakhiwo sePalamende kuba siyazi intobana ngentsimbi yesi-7 malanga umongameli uCyril Ramaphosa uza kuthetha nesizwe. Abasebenzi ke abalungiselela nabaququzelela lo msitho bangxangile apha besenza izinto ekufanele ukuba bazenze. Uba uyajonga nangoku nantsiya i-red carpet ibonakalisa into bana kuzawuhanjwa khona xa kungenwa ngaphakathi ukanti kwicala lasekunene lasekhohlo kule red carpet kukho iqonga apho umongameli aza kuma khona xa kukho i-21 gun salute na xa kuculwa umhobe wesizwe. Eliqonga lenziwe bomvu apha emazantsi la nentsimbi zegolide ukanti ekhohlo kweliqonga kukhona iqela lomculo olibona into bana lilungiselela into bana liza kuqalisa. Silindeleke into bana ngokaqale nokufika iindwendwe eziza kuzimasa lo msitho. Ngalentsasa namhlanje ibingamaqele ezopolitiko ebebanesiza apha ezokuthetha nonondaba kanti manditsho ndithi nokhuseleko luluqilima amapolisa aphume ngobuninzi babo. Cedric.
Ke kwaba nembiko yokuthi ezinye iinhlangano zepolitiki ziyokuphazamisa ikulumo kaMengameli. Ingabe linjani ivikeleko ngapho?
Kunjalo Cedric, ngalentsasa namhlanje ndiye ndathetha nesithethi sikazwelonke se-EFF uSinawo Tambo, waphinda wagxininisa okokuba beliqela le-EFF abazukumvumela into bana umongameli enze intetho yakhe apha namhlanje. Besithi ke phansi kolawulo lwakhe ulwaphulo mthetho luphezulu, ucimicimi wombane ka-Eskom inqanaba layo liphezulu kakhulu, intswela ngqesho iphezulu. Besithi ke ngezo sizathu ezi babangela into bana bangafuni umongameli athethe, kodwa ke xa ndibuza into bana baza kwenza njani na ukumnqanda, bathe ke abakwazi ukudiza izicwangciso zabo konondaba. Ndaphinda Cedric ndambuza into bana bathini nabeliqela le-EFF malunga namanye amaqela zopolitiko anomdla okumamela umongameli, kuba kaloku banelungelo loba bangamameli bona xa bengafuni, kodwa amanye amaqela anelungelo lokumamela nawo xa befuna ukumamela. Wathi ke kucacile ba lo maqela aza kumkhusela umongameli apha. So ngokokutsho kwabo ke Cedric silindele into bana sibone ke into bana bengamvumeli into kuba makathethe. Sawubona ke ngaphakathi ba kwakwenzeka njani na Cedric.
IPalamende yekhethu yaziwa ngokuthi amalunga wePalamende ambatha ifetshini abe mahle. Nakilomnyaka khani singabukela imbatho ezihle.
Cedric xa ndithetha ngokwesinxibo uba ababukeli bayakhumbula into bana yisona yokuqala lena emva kokuba kwasuswa imiqathango ye-lockdown. Isona ka-2021 yabanjwa phansi kwemiqathango ka-lockdown. Ngenxa yoko zange kubembejembeje kakhulu, kodwa kulonyaka silindele into bana sikwenzeke yonke into ehamba nesona. I-pomp and ceremony siza kubona umkhosi ulapha, siza kubona kuculwa kukuhle kunjeya. Nabe fashion ke xa ndithetha ngala red carpet uyibonayo phaya, silindele into bana abantu abebeza benxibe embejembeje bebahle babe kweliqonga bazokubonisa isinxibo sabo. Siyayazi ke kambe into bana idla ngoba lukhuphiswano phakathi kwesinxibo sase-West nesinxibo sesintu. Silindele ke ukubona abantu benxibe izambatho zabo zakwaXhosa, izambatho zabo zakwaZulu, izambatho zabo zakwaNdebele, izambatho zabo zesisuthu ezibonakalisa i-diversity ne-culture eyahlukeneyo, inkcubeko eyahlukeneyo yeli lizwe loMzantsi Afrika. Cedric.
Lula masiyakuthokoza. Sisuka ePalamende nje sichinga eLimpopo lapho umbiki indaba wethu uMahlakho Komane akhona ukuhlola ubujamo ukuthi abantu bathini begodu yini abakulindeleko ekulumeni kaMengameli namhlanje. Mahlakho siyakwamukela.
Sithokoze Mhathi, sithe namhlanje masikhuluma nabantu lana ePolokwane sibabuza ngalendaba yomngameli i-State of the Nation address ukuthi yini lena abafisa ukuthi bengezwa umngameli akhuluma ngayo kule State of the Nation address namhlanje. Bayasho ke abantu balana kokuqala into bakhale ngayo yile ndaba ye-load shedding. Abantu abaningi bayakhala bathi bahluleka nokuthi bangathenga eyishebo, mabathi bathenga ukudla kuvele kubole fridge abasakwazi nokuthi babudget. Baphinde bakhuluma futhi ngendaba yomsebenzi. Kuyakhalwa lana abantu belana bakhala ngokuthi akunamsebenzi, bathi mawuthi uyahamba uya kula ma department, mawuthi uya e-Department of Labor, mawuthi uya traffic office, mawuthi uya home affairs, noma ufike SARS bathi ama-queue mada ama-queue wabo. Abaningi babo baze bakhale bathi baqala ama-queue ngabo ma-6 ekseni, ntathakusa balali nokulala bamele ama-queue ukuthi bazokhona ukuthi bathole i-service mangabe bayayithola. Basho ukuthi siyathemba ukuthi umengameli uzokhuluma ngalezo zinto lezo aphinda akhulume ngemisebenzi ukuthi bantu yini lena igovernment ezoyenza ukuthi abantu ukuthi kukhonakala ukuthi kutholakale le ndaba yomsebenzi enye futhi enkulu uzayikhumbula ukuthi mhathi eLimpopo lana kunalenkinga lena yamanzi siyakhumbula kulonyaka ondlulile uminister Senzo Mchunu uye wahamba waya lapha eGiyane lana kuye waspend over 2 billion rand kule eGiyane bulk water infrastructure project lasibonile ukuthi namhlanje ina almost 14 years abantu zange bathola amanzi labo bakhala ngaleyo akusikusegiyane kuphela nasesikhukhune noma uhamba ngasesikhukhune kune issue yamanzi namhlanje nje sithe masivuka since izolo mase siyeqinisweni akuphumi manzi emapompini lana ePolokwane nakhona abantu bakhala ngale ndaba ukuthi makazulule lenkinga lena yamanzi ukuthi umengameli ngathi angathi ukukhuluma ngayo naye atshele isizwe ukuthi yini lena azimisele or uhulumende ozimisele ukuthi angayenza ukuthi leyo nkinga leyo icazuluke futhi enye into abantu ebakhulume ngayo lana bakhulume nge-load shedding baphinde bakhuluma ukuthi bayoqashwa nini yocazulula nini leyo ndaba leyo khulumena futhi nange issue ye service delivery ukuthi kunezinto bangazitholi uzathi uhamba lana especially imvula mayinethile sihlangana nama potholes amanengi ukuthi yini lena bazoyenza sakhumbula kulonyaka ondlulile upresident Cyril Ramaphosa beyakhona lana eLimpopo ahambile aye eKwankwa le ngasemupani district lana uye wathi makakhona akhuluma ukuthi abantu i-service delivery bazotry ukuthi speed up bekuvalwa nama pothole kanjalo abantu abanengi bathi makucazulule lenkinga yokuthi imigwaqo nayo awukhona ukuthi ungahamba nayo but enkulunkulu lengizwile lana kulabantu basePolokwane namhlanje mabakhuluma lana eLimpopo i-issue yamanzi lenkinga yamanzi ukuthi nakucazulule lenkinga yamanzi phinde kucazulule nalenkinga yogesi ngoba abantu abaningi bakhala ngokuthi abakwazi ukuthi bayenze ezinye izinto ngalenkinga lezi ezithule especially but naleyo ye-employment baphinde futhi ithi mhathi ngisho futhi bakhulume ngendaba yokufunda ye-education nokuye ema-university bakhuluma ukuthi umengameli ngathi angakhuluma ukuthi kuyofakwa enye imali endlula kule efakwe kulonyaka ondlulile ku-education abantu abaningi bathi abakwazi ukuthi banga-afforda i-NSFAS kunalaba engafiki kibo laba kuthiwa i-missing middle nalaba banama-student debt bathi abakwazi ukuthi ba-accesse ama-certificate wabo ukubonisa ukuthi baphasile bahluleka nokuthi banga-aplya mara khulukhulu inkinga yogesi inkinga yamanzi lana eLimpopo nokuthi akunamsebenzi.
Mahlaku siyakuthokoza loyo ngumbiki indaba wethu ngeLimpopo uMahlaku kwamane siyakuthokoza. Ekhasini lethu leFacebook sibuze ukuthi ibonakala seyiminengi khulu imiraro inarha yeSouth Africa eqalene nayo. Alo ngokubona kwakho ikulumo kaMengameli izokuletha ubungcono emirarweni eqalene nenarha le na asizwe nakumbono wakho uyalandela.
Nokho siyathokoza umengameli nazo ukuthula ikulumo kodwa ikulumo leyo sibawa ikhambe nezenzo ke kwenziwe kungaloko ukukhulunywa kuphela ke kwenziwe kubonakala ukuthi kuyiwa ngoba qobe nyanga kuyakhulunywa mara asiboni ukuthi upheke kwenkulumezo yini enziwako.
Ezikhuluma umongameli iminyaka neminyaka akukho nokukoda kwenzayo. Akukho shintsho zoba khona namhlanje nje usazosikhohlise ukwenzela ivoti langonyaka ozayo. Ayikho into ezowenzeka la.
Hayi wethu umsasazi wami khona ingako mina ngilindeleyo kwintetha kaMengameli. Ngaphandle koba ke ingase ke kuyo yonke into ayenzayo akazama ukuthoba izinga elile crime apha eMzantsi Afrika aphinde akhuze abasebenza nabo bala ANC bakhe bathobe noko ubuqhophololo phezimalini ngoba thina siyasokola inkonzo azize ebantwini.
Ngiyiboni mina inkulumo kaMengameli ilethe ushintsho ezweni. Kuzofana nje ngeke ngibangale futhi aphinde akhuluma into ayikhulumile enyakeni loya. So angiyiboni lethu ushintsho. Sizoqhubeka nje sisokole sabantu baseNingizimu Afrika.
Angiboni kukhona okusha azokusho umongameli enkulumeni yakhe yanamhlanje ngoba iminyaka yonke uhlale esho into eyodwa. Okubalekile njengamanje nesekulindile njengabantu base South Africa ukuthi asitshele into eliqiniso neplan of action ukuthi ukusuka namhlanje kuzokwenzakalani ngokulungiswa nokusonjululwa kwenkinga kagesi ehlasele izwe lethu edala ububha kuleli izwe manje.
Umbono ngiwombukeli iSABC ayizukuthwesa umlando ukuziphendulela ngombono wombukeli. Iindaba zesiNdebele zizijameleko azithatha ihlangothi.
Umthangalo sekelo wendlela eFreystata uyafadalala. Indlela ezimbalwa esifundeni zisebujameni obumbi. Enye yendlela bebafuze bona ivalwe ngoba sikhuphuka kakhulu isibalo sengozi kiyo.
Indlela zesifunda nezenarha esifundeni seFreystata sezithoma ukuqeda abantu. Indlela iR30 ihlangana neAlan Ridge neBothaville yindlela eyingozi khulu esifundeni. Kube nengozi ezihlathathisa umzimba ezingaphezulu kwama-30 ngekota yokuthoma ka-2022. Ubujamo bendlela buthuweleliswe lizulu. Kwezinye indawo zesifunda izakhamuzi ziyeke zasikima zazivalela imigodigodi endleleni. Ukulungisa indlela kuyabiza. Imphathimandla zithi kuhlogeka imali engaphezulu kwe-2 billion yamaranda ukulungisa indlela zeFreystata.
I don't understand why we should pay for the toll gates and all that kind of stuff. If our roads keep looking like this, I don't understand why we should still pay for that. We can take that money and we can fix the roads ourselves.
Ha re sana ditsela ho hang ka nnete ya usuaka. Ha go ba ba re thuise ka taba ya ho lokisa ditsela ka nnete. Ho ba ona bela o ka washa ba di storage tsena tse sendi diteng mona di sentse ditsela haholo.
Tsela ya rona ha ya siama, tsela ya rona ha e khatlisi. And some of the people ba patala bo di e-toll, ba patala bo di ticket. Mare ha ba thusegi. Bo ga di taxi ha di pula dinele ba re sukudisa cause ha ba khone go tsena. Ba re tlise mo ba re tsayang teng.
Ha re ikutlisa ba re rege nix go bushula, ha re rege nix at all. Ha re berekele man, nix serious ke bua nnete.
Indlela ziqhakathekile ekuthuthukiseni umnotho. Ipahla kunye nezinye zezinjiwa zithuthwa ngenithuthu ezikhamba endleleni. Isifunda seFreystata semaphakathini sihlanganisa imfundo ezisithandathu okwenza bona indlela zesifunda ziphithizele.
One cannot even start to depict how they look like because really it affects economy in a way that one cannot even fathom the idea of quantifying it as to how much the people are losing, the business people, individuals, consumers and travelers on our roads. And it has taken so much effort for some individual communities to try to help the government to patch up some of the potholes, but it cannot be right for the people to do that when the government is there.
Amanye amahlelo kwakhe indlela ezitsha ajamile. Ihlangano elisona nalokhu iKT Civils yaso uhulumende ekhothe ephakemeko bajijila umbuso ngesiqundo sokuqatsha amakontrakt amatsha kungakalungisi ukudosa dosana okukhona. Kwaba nezango bathi uhulumende uvuma ukubhadela imali yangaphambili engaphezulu kwe-180 million yamaranda.
Another road that they are still working on it between Jean Faucher and Orangeville. That road it had to stop at a particular point because the previous contractor has taken the department to court. But I'm happy to tell you that he has lost the case, and then the contractor appointed is on site, and the project is at 35% as we speak now.
Ungqongqotjhe wezokuthutha ufikile mbalula uthi i-900 million yamaranda ibekelwe eqadi ukulungisa umthangalasisekelo wendlela eFreystata. Kodwa indleko zokulungisa indlela zeFreystata zingaphezulu kwemali ebekelwe eqadi. Umnyango wesifunda uthi akukho ngakwenza njengoba kunengiqabo zemali.
Umraro wamanzi kumasipalata weNelson Mandela Bay uyaraga. Amanzi emadamini wakhona awekho aphasi khulu. Amadamu amahlanu wonke aphakela amanzi edrobheneli ahlezi ku-13.0%, kanti ukusetshenziswa kwamanzi kuphezulu khulu. Nakusenjala abosomaplasi badosa emhlweni ngokuhlayela kwamanzi. Abanye bakateleleka ukuthi bathuthe nofana bavale amaplasi abo.
Ngonyaka ka-2004 uKhaya Kato wafumana le fama kwinkqubo yokubuyisela kwimihlaba. Yayifama yokhokho bakhe nayinomhlaba otyebileyo, kodwa ngoku ngenxa yembalela iziqhamo zichaphazeleke ngamandla. Ukushokoxeka kwamanzi kukhele uKato namanye amafama zikhuphe iziqhamo zabo, into elindeke ukuba yenze kwiminyaka emihlanu ezayo.
So ukubana ngabana inethanga kule season sikuyo, ndingatsho ukuthi ukubana ngabana kuzawufuneka sivale ingcango sithengise inkuni kule fama endaweni yokuthengisa ama-orange.
Amanzi angangomyinge 20% nanikwa umfama nganye, anegalelo engelihle kuqoqosho lendawo. Amafama akhasayo ngawona achaphazekileyo.
My main problem is nou eintlik water.
It has been so hard for us as farmers. With so little water, there's little we can do. Our crops are dying daily, and we are not producing even close to half of what we used to produce. We are losing so much money, and it's not nice.
Umasipala ombhaxo Nelson Mandela nayo sengxakini yamanzi. Amadama omile, imvula enangamandla yeyona nto edingwayo kulo masipala.
Impofwe has been decommissioned. Currently we are repositioning the barge for us to be able to get water out of that dam. And obviously it's actually putting pressure on the system as we speak. Currently give and take, looking at the variables from a consumption point of view, the heat, we have got plus or minus 150 days left from those dams.
Kule veki edlulileyo ibhunku masipala ombhaxo Nelson Mandela upasise uhlahlo wambiwo-mali olungange-120 million ukukhawulezisa izicwangciso zokusobulula ingxaki yamanzi. Dongleratu Fekisi kwiindaba ze-SABC eGqeberha.
Nasiphuma kancazana ke zekhethu sitsheje zangaphandle sifumana ezithi mraro phezu komraro eSyria kutsho isikhulu esiphezulu sehlangano yentshaba ezibumbeneko nasihlathulula ubujamo bezinto eSyria. Kukunje isibalo sabantu ababhubhileko eTigray zinkulungwane ezili-15. Abantu abaseleko balila ngokuthi abasabazi ubuthongo ngombana besaba ukuthi iphasi lingazamazama balele kuphele ngabo.
Kulungwana ngenkulungwana zabantu eSewula yeTurkey netlhagwini yeSyria baqede ilanga lesithathu bangalali ngombana basabukulala. Lokhu kuza ngemva kokuzamazama kwephasi ngomvulo kwabhubha abantu abazinkulungwana ezili-15. Ukuzamazama kwephasi kubethe kumbi endaweni eziningi zeTurkey kunye nezinye indawo lapho ipi yasahlela khona eSyria. Kanti kunokuthonyeka ngobujamo beSyria obubabumbi ukuya phambili ngonomangela wepi eyadosa iminyaka eli-15 enarheni leya.
We would like to bring in the issue of efficiency and effectiveness here. The idea is to reach people in the fastest, cheapest, best way we can. Cross-line, as of today, does not replace cross-border. We're hoping that everybody puts the interest of the people first. We keep the politics aside. We move the authorities, all authorities, move away from the issue, from the politics, and put the interest of the people first. We would like to see the cross-line escalated as much as possible. Also, the cross-line, we have to do more cross-line, but again, we would like to see them working together to reach the people at the time of need.
Baveze bona Iinhlangano yentshaba ezibumbeneko beyisebenzisana neminye iminyango yonke kaRhulumente ukungena eSyria.
You would need food, you would need shelter, you would need water, you would need generators because they're in the places where you might not have generators, you would need medical, you would need trauma kits, you would need support and you would need protection. These are the ones. Add to this the fact that we are working in an environment that is already a vulnerable and suffering environment, where there is no fuel, the infrastructure is suffering and suffered, the houses where they're living are suffering, and there might be other collapses. In this case, for example, we will need again the rubble moving, we will need the search and rescue, and we will need we are in a cold place, winter clothes, sheets, everything that you need when you are in a very difficult situation.
Ukunje indawo eqinisekiswe bona kufikela khona isizo kuseBab al-Hawam eTurkey. Kanti umzenda weSyria ubike kwakhanya bona isizwe elivela kamanye amazwe kufanele lenziwe emzimkhulu weSyria iDamascus ingasi emkhawulweni weTurkey. Mphathiswa zehlangano yenjaba ezibombeneko zigandelela ukuthi umsebenzi wabo awuhlangani nepolitiki.
We are governed by the humanitarian principles, and we are people-focused. We're not politics-focused. And I want to remind here everybody, including myself, that basically the first responsibility of the welfare and well-being of the people are the host government. And we, as the United Nations and the international community, are helping people by request of the government. So it's for the government to take those political decisions. For us, we totally depoliticize our work. Al-Mustafa and myself, our main focus, and every colleague, including our colleagues in the NGO, international and local NGOs, we're focused on the people, on the needs of the women and the children, and we leave the politics totally aside.
Phambilini ihlangano yenjaba ezibombeneko ithe ukuzamazama kwephasi phakathi kwamazwe amabili la kusengakakhanyi kuhle bonyana kwenzekeleni njengoba nasikhuphuka kangaka isibalo sabantu ababhubhako sebazinkulungwana ezili-15 kanti abalimelele okubabazekako nabo baningi. Isiqhema sabahlanguli siragela phambili nokufunana nabantu abanyamaleleko kodwana kunendaba ezimnandi ngombana abaningi batholakala basaphila.
Nasibuya nganeno ekhethu sisaphetheze ikulumo kaMengameli uRamaphosa ababilani ekorweni yezevakatshobukelo eTlhagweni Jingalanga bathi bona bafuna umengameli aqale khulu ekuphuculeni imthangalosisekelo yezevakatshobukelo kaRhulumende ebogabogako. Bafuna nokuthi aqale khulu ekubuyiseni lekoro ebujameni obujayelekileko. Kazi indawo eziningi zevakatshobukelo zihwahlaphele lapha ekhethu.
Imanyane Game Reserve ebize 47 million yamaranda bona ilungiswe iliselelwe yaphenduka amarupi kanti nakusenjalo emakhilomiteni ama-60 kusuka kiyo kunendawo yokuzithabisa iClean Mariko Recreational Center nayo iliselelwe seyidala.
Mo buong e tla mo president re solofela gore o tla amakhanya mafelo a tshwana le re le mo go lone le eleng Ramosa kgotsa ne Clean Mariko lefelo le leng gore ga ya ka re lefana le sule lefelo le dikilela ne le gore ke lefelo la boitapoloso batho ne ba tla go ja monate batho ne ba tla go robala fa ne go na le di campsite fa le rona ya ka bora kgwebo potlana ne re ra di KD activities tsa rona fa
ukonakala kwendawo ezikutsho bonana laba bathembelekizo ukuziphilisa balahlekelwa amabhizinisi.
Lefelo le ne le tlhola ditiro lefelo le bagolo ne ba bereka fa bana ne ba bereka fa menele ka mafelo a beke be le gore go patelwa madi batho ba tsena mo gate mo le ba patela re itse gore bana ba tle ba tswa mo strateng batla go itumela mme ditiro le tsone di tlholege bagaetso ba khona gore ba fepe malapa a bone
kana bana ba hlale duze nendawo ezinabo babetheke kangako
ga e sale le phutlhame dikago di phutlhame ga gona sepe fela se se iragalang ka ntlha gore tota le botlhoka tiro bo godile
tota nne ke re batla gore banka jetsa dilo tse di siametse ka gobaneng ga gona ditiro ga gona go re iketlang teng
e ne le pleke e leng gore ne re iketla teng le bana ba rona jaanong jaana ba godile bana ba feleletsa e le gore entertainment ke bojalwa ga ba sa tlhole bana le dipleke tsa go iketla.
Njengoba nomkhakha wezevakatshobukelo unikele ngemisebenzi engaphezulu kwenkulungwane ezimakhulu abunane enarheni mazombe nemisebenzi engaphezulu kwenkulungwane ezimashumi esifundeni seTlhagwini Jingalanga ababelane emkhakheni lo bathi balindele bona ikulumo kaMengameli iqalelele ukuthuthukisa umkhakha lo.
Diriso tsa rena di mo seemong se sentle mo ile gore re ka ngokela bajana la mo go tsone tshwanetse re di tswale gore di dirise jaanong re mo go puso re mo presidente a sa bua le setšhaba
puso a e dire dipeeletso mo go tsa bojanala segolobogolo mo didirisweng tse e le gore ke tsa puso a go ntshiwe matlole a tsosolose didiriswa tse ga o di sheba dingwe tsa tsona sa le di agiwa bogologolo dingwaga tse di ka fetang 30 tse di fetileng mme re santsane re dira ka tsona dikago tseo re santsane re dira ka tsona didiriswa tseo tse dingwe tsa tsone ga di kgone go dira tiro ya gompieno ka gonne gompieno re tsamaya le technology
lebeletse segolo thata gore moporesidente wa rona o tlo re bolelela gore o tlo dira yana gore badiri bao ba ba neng ba le mo tourism ba bone ditiro tsa bona ka e sa le ba latlhegetswe ka nako ya COVID-19 re lemohile gore bathapi ha e sa le nele nako ba itumeletse gore bone ha ba sa duela basebetsi ba itumeletse gore letseno la bona la 2019 a nke la dirisiwa go duela basebetsi ka nako ya 2020.
Umkhakha wezivakatsho obukele esifundeni esi obe usebenza kuhle khulu esikhathini esidlulileko kuthenjwa bona ikulumo kaMengameli izowubonelela ubuyele ebujameni bawo.
Ziphelela lapha ebesizilungiselele ilanga lanamhlanje njenganje kuzokulandela ubujamo bezulu ungakhohlwa ke bona nakusasa sizabe sikhona nendaba ngo 5:30 ku SABC 1 nisale kuhle.